Welcome to Chelsea Sport Update. Happy Christmas to all football fans. Please subscribe, like, share and comment. Frank Lampard's Olivier Giroud dilemma. Antonio Rudiger proves a point and Chelsea's title hopes. The Blues sealed top spot in Group E with a stunning 4-0 win over Sevilla. To say it was a pretty special night for Olivier Giroud in Chelsea's 4-0 rout over Sevilla is an understatement. After capping off a perfect hat-trick, the 34-year-old stepped up to slam home his and Chelsea's fourth from the penalty spot. Giroud might go down as the most underrated striker in Premier League. A player widely appreciated by Arsenal and Chelsea fans, but many still not sure of his talent. His future is still up in the air, and if his game time doesn't improve then he might look to leave Stamford Bridge in January, like he was willing to do last year. Giroud has found himself stuck behind Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner in the pecking order, but surely he can't be ignored anymore. Not only the winner last week against Rennes, but to score 4 in a Champions League match is superb. The Blues take on Leeds United on Saturday in the Premier League, another big match where they can't lose momentum if they really want a challenge. But does Giroud start? It's a dilemma for Frank Lampard and surely not something he can ignore. Yeah, and that's what you ask, I suppose, when you make 9 changes, Lampard said. I always say when I pick the team I try to pick the best team for the game, and not to have favorites as such. You try to put the best team on paper, but when players play like they did today they give you a great problem. It's having a top player playing with quality and playing with dedication. Antonio Rudiger has been a split figure among Chelsea fans over his time with the club. There is no doubt that the German gives everything to the Blues when he plays, always with passion and often sets a high tempo. However, the 27-year-old is also susceptible to mistakes, and big ones at that, which have seen him drop down the pecking order at the Blues. Rudiger was one of the favorites to leave in the summer, but he stuck with the Blues after transfers failed to come off. Now, the centre-back has become the backup to Kurt Zouma and Thiago Silva, when many think Andreas Christensen or Fikayo Tomori should be ahead of him. His performance against Sevilla proved a point that he should be the number 3 centre-back and still has a part to play. It is looking more likely that Fikayo Tomori is going to be heading out in January, unless there is a suitable buyer for the German international. But Rudiger certainly looked like a man who had a point to prove. The writing is on the wall for Marcos Alonso after being overlooked once again for another match. The Spaniard has not been seen since the 3-3 draw at West Brom, when he was taken off at half-time and then angered Lampard by trying to watch the second half of the match on the team bus. With Ben Chilwell coming into the side, he was never going to be first choice, but he looked like he might be backup at the beginning of the season. However, that has completely changed and it would be a surprise to see him playing for the Blues ever again. He could well be sold in January and it appears pretty clear that Emerson is now the main backup to Chilwell. Emerson put in a solid performance against Sevilla last night, getting down the left flank well and also defending well. Lampard will likely not let both of them go next month, but the Blues would surely like to get some money out of the left-back position. Lampard could not really have asked for a better Champions League group stage this season. When the draw came out, everyone knew it was going to be between Sevilla and Chelsea for the top spot, and that's what happened. But for Lampard to rest his players and still clinch the top spot in the competition was the perfect way to go about it. The first match at Stamford Bridge always looked like it was going to be tense, but a draw against a strong Sevilla side was not a bad result. Then beating Krasnodar once and Rennes twice was exactly what was expected and needed by the Blues to get through. To cap it all off, smashing Sevilla in the reverse fixture and clinching the top spot was excellent. The Blues can now take it pretty easy against Krasnodar in the final match, resting more players and not being concerned too much about the result. If there was any bigger sign that this Chelsea team can win silverware this season it was the win over Sevilla. It wasn't necessarily about the opposition, who made several changes themselves, but it was the show of Chelsea's strength and depth. To make 9 changes from a previous match is a risk, no doubt, but there wasn't really a moment that it looked like it would go wrong. Lampard made it clear before the match that he made the changes to rest players, but also to give those who have trained well a go. What you need if you are going to go deep in 3 competitions, like Chelsea are hoping to do, is have competition. There hasn't been a clearer sign all season that the Blues have that, with all their players fit in the squad. To have Giroud, a World Cup winner, starting in a changed side is a pretty massive sign of good things to come. All 11 players who started the match are, or have been, international players. And that's the B team. Lampard has the squad he needs to make an assault on silverware, now it is about backing it up in performances. Please subscribe, like, share and comment. Thanks for watching.